but in your mind, what do they need to do to get some things going on the offensive side of the football?
Man, certainly after last week, it's kind of where do you start? I think it starts with it. Obviously, it starts up front, but I would start with manufacturing explosive plays. There was a phrase that was told to me as a player and something I took on as a coach. And if you want to score, you've got to try to score. And I know that sounds like a really elementary phrase, but it's true. And sometimes going out and running plays just to run plays is not what you want to do. I would say that, a lot of us get so hyper fixated on the play calling on a Saturday. Where I get super fixated is I want to know the game plan. Mm-hmm. What are we trying to accomplish, right? What was practiced all week long? What is it about Alabama's defense that where are the vulnerabilities at? What coverages are they showing based off formation? What run plays are they vulnerable against? Every defense is vulnerable against something. You can do something to beat defense. And those are the things that I look for to see what could we do. And I don't know that, and I don't know those answers, but one of the things that I'd love to see us do a little bit more of is, this is a thing that Coach Spurrier incorporated in his game that I then took as a coach, was trying to run numerous formations while running your same plays. And I don't watch the games intently to know, or I don't go to the meetings. I don't know what is talked about. But it's running plays that you're comfortable with, that you can execute at a high level, because execution leads to confidence. Confidence leads to continued success. And allowing our guys to find successes, we've got to do that, because right now we have no confidence and we play that way. And that needs to change in order for us to take the next step. We've got the players to do it. I think that goes without saying. But how do we shake? It's like in baseball, if you're in like a 1-for-22 slump, like the only way you get out of a slump is just mental. It's just saying, like, I'm going to get up there and I'm going to crush this baseball. And it's going out to the field and saying, we're going to be successful. We're going to do things and execute at a high level. And the only ones that can actually answer that question are the coaches in that building. What pieces of the puzzle in that room are going to help them get to where they need to be? Mm-hmm. They're going to be the ones that need to answer it. And really the confidence starts with them. They have to find confidence in what they're doing, right? Just because they're a coach doesn't mean they're emotionless, right? They have emotions. They hear the chirping in the background. They're on social media. They're hearing the negativity. How do you flush that out? How do you call and put together a plan that is going to put the defense on their heels? Because we're on our heels right now. How do we put them on their heels? Well, I think it's by getting aggressive. And that's not dropping back, shutting your eyes, and throwing the ball as far down the field as you can. But what it is, it's spread out, condense, screen. Right? Like here's a prime example, and then I'll kick it to you for more questions.
Keep going.
We ran a speed option on third down. We had 2-back set, ran speed option into the boundary, and they were all over it. And I loved the call. We got no yards. I absolutely loved the call. They showed zero pressure, and he called speed option. And you know what? They backed out, rush 3, had 2 guys right there, and just ate it up. That's going to happen. That happens to everybody. So, and everybody around me, shoeless socks, and fire everybody and burn the stadium to the ground with us in it. Like, I disagreed. I think that, has the play calling been great? No, and I think everybody would probably agree to that. But what I look for is, of the plays that are being called, are we executing at the level of which the plays that are being called? I don't know. And that's something that I'm looking at it. Like, for example, I saw a play running on social media, 3rd and 1, we're running inside zone, and everybody's like, why would you run it up the middle? Well, It's inside zone. They're not running it up the middle. Why our running backs continue to hammer the A gap, I have no idea why. I'm not entirely sure, but zone blocking, double to the next level, right? We had a play where we were doubling center block back and then went to go north to the linebacker. Well, the linebacker saw run, shot the gap, ran right past the center, and blew the play up on 3rd and 1. That goes, oh, the play caller sucks. Everybody's like, hey, center, why are you blocking back? Work to the next level.
Yeah.
Right? I know Coach Hill. I know how he teaches. He don't teach that. Right? So those are the things that from the untrained eye, from the stands or from the television when I watch the games that you see. And I think it's a combination of both. When you're playing this bad, it's not just one person. It's collectively as a unit. Now, how do you fix it? Who's going to be the leader to say, guys, enough is enough. This sucks. We have sucked. But today's a new day. Saturday's a new game. Alabama's defense is not as good as Oklahoma's, not in my opinion. I think their run defense is worse. I think they're vulnerable in the pass. If Tennessee doesn't throw that pick 6 at the second half, I mean, it's a neck-and-neck ball game. There's still a lot of good that can come this season. But when you, again, we may have talked about this, signal and noise. What is the signal? What is the noise? There's a lot of noise right now. Signal is going out and playing your best game of the season on Saturday. Can we do it? We've seen this team do it under Coach Beamer. We've seen time and time again where we have 0% chance of winning. Coach Beamer rallies the troops. We get the job done. Now, we need it to happen now, because if it doesn't happen now, it kind of like my golf game. The train might come off the tracks.
You ain't the only one, brother. Don't feel bad about that. It's just a ball.
2.5, okay? Relax.
You know, golf, there's nothing more frustrating than golf. Literally nothing. It's like the ball is on the tee. I used to hit 95 coming at me. It's sitting there, and I can't hit it straight. You mentioned players. You know, I think that's kind of been, at least I'm going to speak for myself. I don't want to speak for anybody else, Perry, but that's kind of been my theme for the offense here since the struggles have really exposed themselves even more in the last couple of weeks. Players, not plays. Players, not plays. Players, not plays. Like, identify your best players and figure out what you need to do to get them the football that allows them to do damage. So what I'm you know, we haven't seen a lot of like quick game this year, and we were just showing highlights earlier of what Garcia did against Alabama back in 2010. And not that it was necessarily quick game, but Steve Spurrier, like, they were just so confident in their game plan that day. You saw a lot of 3-step drops, and Alshon's my best player. Their best player on defense, at least in the secondary, was Dre Kirkpatrick. We don't care. Our guy's better. We're going to give him a shot to go make plays, and they did. They did it from start to finish, and they upended the number 1 Tide. That's a very extreme example, obviously, because Alshon Jeffrey is also maybe the best wide receiver to ever walk through the door at the University of South Carolina, as we all well know. But I in looking back at the last 7 games, other than a play or two here and there, and then it kind of gets shut down, and South Carolina seems to never figure out a way around it, I don't feel like they ever look at our guy is better than their guy here, and here's what we can do to continuously get him the football. And I know I'm rambling on a lot because you need to be talking about me, but on that note, like with Lenoris Sellers, look, has Sellers made mistakes this year based like things that he knows he is better than? Yes. Has Sellers made mistakes this year that probably have to do with the scheme and system and game plan in which he is playing? Yes. I feel like a lot of what they're trying to do doesn't fit this guy. That's what I feel like personally. I don't know. I'm not a quarterback's coach, but I do know what he looks like when he's on his A game, and I know what he's looked like, and those are two totally different things. So I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to tell me, hey, man, you just explain it to me because I don't know. Why not give him some quick game? You've got one option, and your second, forget the second option, forget the third option. This is the guy you're going to. If it's not there, the rest of it's on you. You figure it out from there. They did that with Connor, and it worked. GA has told me those stories. I know that he did it. So why is that not something that maybe they should try with Lenoris Sellers?
Yeah, no, they absolutely should. I wouldn't say that they shouldn't try that with him. I think that would be foolish of me. A couple of notes that in what you were just saying, I want to bring up. Quick game, absolutely love quick game. Quick game is the greatest, easiest way to get a quarterback involved in a game and get him confident and get him seeing the ball caught when you release the ball out of your hand. I know that sounds very trivial, but it's true. When you catch, turn, throw, ball's caught, you're like, okay, here we go. It's kind of like the analogy, we talked about this when you're playing football, and that first time you get hit or tackled or whatever, the nerves go, and you're ready. You're in the game. Those pregame jitters are gone, and now you're just like, I'm playing football just like I have since I was 8 years old. Great way to do it. Spacing. I'm a big get the ball in space and not so much throw it this way. I'm a throw it everywhere guy. Not all the time. I'm actually probably more run than pass. But getting the ball in space to your playmakers, to the guys on the perimeters, you're going to have a good chance. It's really hard to make tackles in the open field, especially with the level of athlete at this level. I think getting the ball in space and using the full 53 and a third width of the field helps teams. That's why I think Tennessee has been very successful on offense, because they use the full field.